Welcome to all my friends. Today we will speak about principles of perception. In psychology, principles of perception refer to the basic ways in which the brain organizes and interprets sensory information to make sense of the world. We know the sensory organs of our body. These principles are crucial for understanding how we see patterns, depth, moment, and even illusions. Here are the key principles of perception with clear examples and brief narrations. The first principle is figure ground principle. Definition: we automatically separate objects from their background. For example, a narration: imagine you are reading a book on a white page. The black text becomes the figure and the white page is the ground. This helps you focus on what matters. For a fun example, the famous Rubin's vase. Some people see a vase, others see two faces. Looking at each other, your perception flips depending on which element your brain treats as the figure. The diagrams I had provided at the last slide, we will see that. The second principle is similarity. Definition: objects that are similar are perceived as belonging together. Example: when you see a crowd of people wearing the same color uniform, your brain automatically groups them as a team or group. In a pattern like this dots, you tend to group the circles and the triangles separately due to their shape and similarity. The third principle is proximity. Definition: objects close to each other are perceived as related or part of the group. For example, in a classroom, students sitting close together are often assumed to be friends or in the same group, even if they are not interacting. Think of words formed by spacing letters. HAPPY is seen as one word due to the proximity of letters. The fourth principle is continuity. Definition: we perceive lines and patterns as continuing smoothly rather than abruptly changing. Example: when you see a road curving into the distance, you naturally follow its path visually, assuming it continues beyond what is visible. A river winding through hills is perceived as one continuous stream, not broken parts. The fifth principle is closure. Definition: we mentally fill in gaps to perceive a complete object. If you see a circle made of broken lines, you still perceive a full circle. This is why dashed outlines of shapes still look like full shapes. Our brain completes the missing part. That is called closure. The sixth principle is symmetry. Symmetrical objects are seen as belonging together, even if they are spaced apart. For example, a butterfly's wings are perceived as a single object because of their mirror image symmetry. Similarly, two people standing side by side with matching posture may be perceived as a pair. The seventh principle is common fate. Definition: objects moving in the same direction are perceived as a group. For example, birds flying in V formation of cars moving in the same lane are seen as part of the group or system. Pedestrians walking together in the same direction are perceived as companions. In summary, it has been given: figure ground, distinguish objects from background, reading black text, the white paper; similarity principle, group similar items, place the same colored jersey; proximity principle, group nearby items, words formed by close letters; continuity principle, follow smooth lines, a curving road is the example; the closure principle, fill in the missing parts, broken circle perceived as whole; symmetry principle, symmetrical objects seen as whole or grouped; butterfly wings are the example. But common fate, objects moving together are grouped. Flock of flying birds in V formation. This is the principle of perception in pictorial diagram. Figure ground relation, this is similarity. We tend to see these black dots together. And proximity, if it is nearby, the things nearby are grouped together. In continuity, we see the continuation as one line, not as a cross. Closure, we are filling in the missing part as this is a circle. In symmetry, people in the same uniform are grouped together. In common fate, objects moving together are grouped. In common fate, objects moving together are grouped again. To summarize, these principles are developed from Gestalt psychology, which emphasizes that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Our brain organizes sensory input into meaningful wholes, not just isolated data. Please subscribe this channel and click bell icon for more such psychology education videos. Thank you for watching.